Does your mind refuse to quiet down when you lie in bed at night? Do you replay a sentence you said earlier, a decision you made, a message you sent, over and over in your head? If your answer is yes, you're not alone. This is called overthinking. And in this video, I'll cover 3 things: what overthinking actually is, why your brain does it, and how you can break the cycle. Let's get started. Overthinking. Overthinking is thinking about something not to solve it, but simply to replay it in your mind again and again. There's a critical difference here. Normal thinking leads somewhere. You analyze a problem, make a decision, and move forward. But in overthinking, there's no decision, there's no progress, just endless variations of the same thought looping in a cycle. There are 2 types. The first is retrospective overthinking, rumination. Thoughts like, "Why did I say that? I should have done it differently." You can't change the past, but your mind keeps trying to fix it anyway. The second is prospective overthinking, excessive worry. Scenarios like, what if this happens? What if that goes wrong? You mentally live through something that hasn't happened yet, as if it already has. Both do the same thing. They pull you out of the present moment and drain your energy. Now let's get to the real question. Why does our brain do this? Is it a flaw? Actually, no. Overthinking isn't the brain malfunctioning. It's a protective system running into overdrive. Think about it evolutionarily. Tens of thousands of years ago, anticipating danger meant survival for our ancestors. Thinking, there was a predator in that area last time, I need to be careful, was far safer than not thinking about it at all. The brain was rewarded for this, reviewing potential threats over and over. Today, there are no physical predators, but our brain still runs the same system. The threat has just changed form, the tone of an email, a friend's silence, the possibility of making a mistake. The brain flags these as danger too and activates the same old strategy: I won't leave you alone until you solve this. The problem is, most of these threats don't have a clear solution the way a real predator did, so the brain gets stuck in an endless loop. It doesn't stop because it can't find a solution, and it can't find a solution because it doesn't stop. Scientists call this the rumination cycle, and research shows this cycle raises cortisol levels, reduces sleep quality, and over time can increase the risk of anxiety and depression. One reason overthinking is hard to stop: your mind convinces you that if you keep thinking, you'll eventually find a solution. That's an illusion. Because in most overthinking moments, you already have enough information. You're not generating new information. You're just reprocessing the same information over and over. Think of it like this. If you enter the same numbers into a calculator repeatedly, you get the same result every time. No new answer appears. Overthinking works the same way. The mind keeps processing the same data without producing a new output. Another reason, overthinking gives you a false sense of control. It creates the feeling that I'm thinking about this, so I'm dealing with it, so I'm prepared. But that's fake control. Real control comes from taking action, not from continuing to think. Now let's get to the genuinely useful part. There are several methods that actually work for breaking the overthinking cycle. Method 1, set a time limit on the thought. Tell yourself, I'll think about this for 5 minutes, then I'll stop. Set a timer. When it goes off, physically get up. This sends your mind the message, I heard you, but you don't get unlimited time. Method 2, write the thought down. As long as a thought stays in your head, it remains shapeless and grows, but once you put it on paper, it becomes concrete. Most of the time, you'll realize what you wrote isn't as big as it felt in your head. Method 3, return to your body. Overthinking happens in the mind. One of the fastest ways to break it is to redirect your attention to your body. Feel the warmth of a cup in your hands. Count your breaths. Notice your feet touching the ground. This might sound like a simple technique, but it pulls the brain back to the present moment. Method 4. Ask, is this a fact or a prediction? In the middle of overthinking, ask yourself, is what I'm thinking about something that has actually happened or a scenario I'm generating? Most of the time, the answer is just a scenario. Recognizing that difference slows the mind down. Method 5. Take action. Overthinking is usually fueled by a lack of action. Even a small step, sending a message, finishing a note, writing down a decision, breaks the cycle. Because action tells the brain this is being handled now, reducing the need to keep replaying it. There's an important distinction to make here. The goal isn't to never think at all. Thinking is part of being human. Worrying is sometimes a necessary signal. The problem is when a thought controls you. The solution is learning to manage the thought. No one is ever completely free of overthinking, but someone who makes it a habit to set limits on their thoughts, write them down, and return to their body will, over time, spend far less time stuck in the loop. And that makes a real difference in life. Better sleep, clearer decisions, less burnout. Let's recap. Overthinking is an old strategy your brain uses to protect you, one that no longer serves its purpose. The solution is setting a time limit on your thoughts, writing them down, returning to your body, and taking action. Next time a thought starts looping in your mind, try one of these 5 methods and share in the comments which one worked for you. See you in the next video.